So we're standing here with Andy Alamano, associate producer for Alpha Protocol at E3, just before the show starts. Andy, how you doing today?
Good, busy, getting ready. Here it is once again, E3. It's loud and getting ready to roll here. We got, less than an hour to go before we get going, so getting ready to roll.
Were you at E3 last year and years past?
I was, yes. This is actually my 8th year at E3, I think. So I've been here for a while. I was here with the slow ones, here with the busy ones. Here I am again. So
how does this compare to years past? Like bigger, better?
Tough to say because it's just getting started. It looks like it's back the way I remember it. Back I think it was '06 was the last one of these where it was big, and so it looks just like this. I mean, it's just like that. It's E3 is back, as they've been saying. I guess that's what everyone's been doing. So
nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about Alpha Protocol.
Yep.
This is your game on the show. You're demoing today. Can you give us just a little rundown of what the game's about, what you're showing off today, what the demo is, and everything that's going on?
Sure, yeah. What we're showing off is one of the missions in the game where it's in Moscow. The game takes place all over the world. You go to Taipei, you go to Moscow, you go to Rome. So what we're doing is one of the Rome missions, and it's basically a train yard where you're going through and you can either team up with a mercenary group that's in there, or you can go at it alone. We're kind of showing different varieties of gameplay. We're showing stealth versus heavy combat. You can mix and match, and there's also some dialogue trees. There's basically a boss fight that you can trigger if you decide to trigger the boss fight. There's a character, her name's Z, and you can either be friends with her and she'll help you out, or if you decide, you can fight her. That's kind of what Alpha Protocol is all about, where it's really drastic changes. It's not just a little, do it this way or that way. You can do it a lot of different ways, and that's what we're showing off today.
Yeah, something interesting I saw in a demo earlier was they went in and they partnered with Z, and then mid-mission you could basically turn around and just slaughter all their guys and be like, well, I used you in the beginning to get where I needed to go, but now I'm going to just do my own to get to where I need to be now, right? You're not locked into one decision wherever you go. Is that right?
Yeah, that's another part of Alpha Protocol is you're never locked into a decision. It's really, you can go through the game halfway being a complete, bad guy, and then at some point you're going to go, I don't want to do that anymore, and you can start being nice. I mean, it'll be harder to work your way back up with certain people, but you can do that. In the Moscow mission we're showing today at the train station, you start out, Z shows up at the beginning, she kind of gets you out of a spot, and you can either be grateful to her, or you can just fight her. Or you can be grateful to her and then get through the mission. At the end, she shows up again, and you can fight her then. So, there's no wrong or right way to do the game. I know people have said that before, but it's not just being good or bad. It's really, being bad with one guy is going to make you be a friend with somebody else, and vice versa. So it's like, no matter what you decide, you're going to, have a positive experience playing through the game.
I think that's interesting and something I'm really excited about from a design perspective, in that when you make a choice, it's not like it's just a good decision, it's just a bad decision. Like, you're not playing like the bad guy or the good guy. Like, there's stuff that happens in the immediate and then stuff that happens in the long term. So when you make a choice, initially you don't really know how it's going to play out. So that's kind of a very interesting. It's not like you can just go back on your, I didn't like how that turned out, I'm going to reload my save, because you just won't know.
Right. We really geared the system, the RPG system, around not doing that. We wanted to have it so we have dialogue. It's not a matter of a tree and you just read the response and give the response you want to get. We give you an emotion. When someone says something to it, it'll say aggressive, cute, smart, whatever, and you pick one of those four, and so you don't know what Mike's going to say, but you pick, I'm pissed at this person, so I'm going to say I'm angry, and then he'll kind of give an angry response. And as you play through the game, some people like it when you're curt with them or angry. Some people like it when you're trying to be nice with them. There's females in the game. If you want to hit on certain girls are different. Some you want to be suave with, some you want to be aggressive with. And depending on where you go with that, there's a lot of different outcomes. I mean, there's several endings to this game. People keep saying, how many endings are there? Several endings to this game, depending on what the choices you make throughout the course of the game. And it's a long game, and we're looking 30 plus hours to play through this game. It's long. And it's an RPG, and it's we're trying to make sure people are aware of that. It's not an action shooter. It's an RPG game, and it's definitely going to give you that RPG experience that you're expecting from an RPG.
So speaking on RPG, what is your favorite play style? Like, what are you? I'm more of a stealth person myself. I'm not sure how you play out, though.
Yeah, I play stealth as well. I kind of do, and then you have 4 different weapons to choose from. You do pistols, submachine guns, shotguns, assault rifles. I like to do stealth with assault rifle mix, because once you power up the assault rifle, you can start getting some really cool sniping stuff. We have a scope system. When you get for the assault rifle, for example, it doesn't start off with a scope. It has a bit of a zoom. And then once you can equip a scope, get the full zoom going, so you can do some sniping, stay in the shadows type of stuff. I've played through it a few times now, and stealth is probably the way I would go if I was at home playing this game. Playing it when at work is a different kind of deal. You have to try everything, but I'd probably stick to stealth. Yeah, shotguns are fun too, though.
Is anything else you want to say about Alpha Protocol before we wrap it up?
Just, I wish I could tell everyone to come by a booth and check it out because it's here today, but I'm sure we're going to have footage all over the net about it, so be sure to check out the game on the internet and check the footage out, the trailers that we got out there, and, it'll be coming out towards the end of the year, so Alpha Protocol is going to be available PS3, 360, and PC, so